So the room is a big mess right now because I've rearranged the entire layout of the room as I do every couple of whenever I feel like it. But today I'd actually like to talk to you about this past weekend, and I think that it's one of the best weekends I've had in a long time. Usually over the weekend I am up and about. I am either giving a talk, I am attending a Toastmasters meeting, I am volunteering in some organization, I am going to church. Well, of course, that part doesn't change. But this past weekend, because it was also a long weekend, I actually had an opportunity to do something that I haven't done in, now I realize, to be a very long time. And what is this thing that I haven't done for a very long time? It's actually staying at home. And after being home over the weekend, it's a pleasure that I feel like I have forgotten. So this past weekend was actually a long weekend because we also had Friday off because there was a holiday. To my surprise, this Saturday was actually not busy. And in anticipation of the Saturday being busy, my girlfriend and I actually spent the Friday together instead. What would usually happen in a week would be I would of course work Monday to Friday, and then the time on Saturday would be divided between the different commitments that I have, the different places I serve, and spending time with my girlfriend. And of course, Sunday would be a family day, and we also go to church on that day. And what happened over this long weekend was that we spent most of the day together with my girlfriend on Friday. So this was a lot different already because we spent most of the day, all of the day together. And on Saturday, I actually didn't do anything. I didn't have any place to be. No one actually invited me out or asked for my commitment somewhere. And I haven't stayed home for a whole day for a really long time. Work from home is a bit different because when you're working from home, of course, you're still going to be sitting at your desk the whole day, your desk, your office, wherever you are. You're still gonna be sitting there with your work commitments. So it still doesn't feel like the day is free. This Saturday, of course, I wasn't working from home either. And it was just so peaceful. It was a peaceful Saturday. Despite it being hot, it's very hot in the Philippines right now. But it was a very peaceful day. And I realized that maybe I've been depriving myself of this peace for many months. I'd also like to emphasize that I'm not saying that I haven't gone and taken a weekend these past couple of months, because just last year I did have a trip to the States, and even just this month, early in the first week of this month, I actually also went on a trip with my girlfriend's family to her hometown in Bantayan. So there were definitely those periods of rest. But what made this period of rest different was that this is like the normal day-to-day. Sometimes I also reflect on whether or not the things that I am spending my time doing, the people I am helping, contributing to, I also wonder if it's actually the right decision to invest my time in this way. Because if I spent the same amount of time, which I now realize to be a lot, if I spent the same amount of time maybe building a business or building this YouTube channel, maybe instead of attending so many meetings, I spend the time editing videos like I should, or maybe even contributing it to exercise, it's just like what Mark Cuban says. Time is the most valuable asset you can never own. How you decide to spend your time dictates where you're going to be, or it's already dictating where you are, and it's also going to dictate where you're going to be. So if you're like me and you spend your free time scrolling YouTube or TikTok or all of these other things, or maybe doing things which aren't necessarily wasting your time like that, but they're not actually contributing meaningfully to your life, then to be honest, that's really on you. That's a decision you made. But I'm also not saying that there's absolutely no time for YouTube Shorts or TikTok. If this is something that entertains you, just like a book, just like Netflix, just like watching a movie, it has its time because it also provides you with some value. It relaxes your mind, it lets you decompress. That's fine. There's no problem with that. But sometimes we do things to the excess. And other times, we actually really just don't have time to do other things that are very meaningful. So that sounds like a bit of copium, but I want you to hear me out. My regular day-to-day starts off a bit early, or I try to sleep early the night before, but usually it starts around 6:30 to 6:45. We wake up, we get ready for the day, we take a 5-minute bath, I guess. We eat breakfast, we prepare the stuff, we leave right before 7. We bring my brother to school. And by we I mean me. And then after I drop him off, I spend around 40 minutes to an hour to drive to work. After I get to work, I spend 9.6 hours there, assuming that there's no overtime. Then on my way home, I will also spend around an hour or maybe an hour and 30 minutes on the road again. So that's already more than 12 hours, I guess. I don't know. The math will check out over here. Probably if I want to edit it, probably I won't. I'm just going to cut this video and then upload it. So, maybe on a normal day, I get home at around maybe between 7 to 9. Maybe that's too big of a frame. Maybe 7:30 to 9. That's on a regular day, I guess. This means that I'm also hungry on the way home. I mean, I don't like spending, so I don't really grab a bite to eat unless I also prepare that before I leave in the morning. So in the morning, I prepare both my lunch and the snacks in the afternoon. But if I don't, I usually don't buy anything because I'm a bit stingy with money, because I believe that I don't have a lot in excess. So I would rather like be hungry on the drive home than like spend money to prevent that. If I get home a bit earlier, then I can have dinner with the family. If I get home a bit later, I don't, because they're already done eating. So I usually wrap up eating a bit faster. And usually if we do have dinner with the family, it would usually if I eat with the family, we spend around 30 minutes or an hour or maybe more to eat, because that's when you talk about how the day went. You have chica on the side. That's when you kind of talk with each other. You talk over dinner. But if I don't, then I usually actually I'm a quick eater, I think. So I don't know if I'm overplaying it or underplaying it, but I kind of feel like my day-to-day, my weekdays, my Monday to Friday is kind of loaded, to be really honest. it feels a bit loaded, and that's why there is a bit of time. Actually, even haven't opened TikTok in a long time. I usually just go on YouTube Shorts. They're kind of the same, they're kind of different, but even then, that time spent there, I would say it isn't also a lot. It would actually just be like when I'm eating, or in that period between 10:30 to like maybe even 9. Let's say, let's not, if you don't count the evening prayers, then it would just be between 9 to 12. If there are parts which are definitely copium for you, please tell me in the comments down below. I am going to stop talking. I think this video is probably long enough. I'm just gonna start cleaning, and if you want to finish the video all the way to the end, this is a time lapse of me cleaning, and I hope you enjoy watching that until the video ends. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Is it gonna be a US video? Is it gonna be another video like this? Who knows? Is it gonna be next week, or is it gonna be 6 months from now? It'll be a surprise. But for now, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. So I'm not done cleaning yet, but I'm gonna stop because I'm tired.